should not move to Angeles City for your retirement. It's just too limited. I think when you go there for vacation and it's a week or 2 weeks, you're thinking, oh, this is great. Look at all these bars, look at all these girls. I'm having a great time. But a vacation is very different from everyday life. So I've visited Angeles City a few times, and I've always come away with the same feeling, which is this is a shithole. Sidewalks are broken. Most of the places to eat are mediocre, a little bit expensive, especially like Western food. The hotel accommodations or long-term rental apartments are a bit expensive for the Philippines. Generally, it's not the highest level quality expats that you can hang out with. There's a lot of scum here. But of course, there are some nice people. Angeles City attracts a lot of locals trying to make money off of the foreigners. So you got people begging you for money. You have people trying to sell you Viagra. You have beggars. And you have all these bar girls who are trying to make money off of you. Which is not surprising. But it can get annoying after a while. But if you come here, yeah, you can find a place for, $500, $600 a month. You can find some places where the food is somewhat decent. You can find laundry facilities. There is a shopping center nearby, so you can buy stuff, and there's a lot of good AC in there. But for most people, life is in that bubble of this really small range, right? And you keep going to the same places over and over again. And I think over time, you're just going to get bored. Now, you could succeed, right? Like, you can get hobbies, you can learn stuff, you can try to help others, and so on and so forth. But if you want to do more, and you love the Philippines, there are better places to retire, right? You can retire in one of the provinces, you can go to Cebu, you can go to Davao City. There are a number of places which are much better than Angeles City. If you're going to retire in Angeles City, you're only coming for one reason. That's easy access to bar girls. But if you're an old guy, over time, your sex drive is just going to decrease. And you're going to have a lot of time where you need to do something else. And that's where Angeles City kind of falls down. But if you want some fun for the short term, all these flaws are minimized, right? Because you're only there for like a week or 2 weeks and so on. So you could have a good time. I just wouldn't retire here. There are a lot of people, and they're here, expats, who've been here a while. And what they tend to do is just complain a lot about how things are done a certain way, which is not to their liking. You're just going to come here and complain about how things are done. That's not a good attitude to have, and you're not going to be happy. And here in Angeles City, there's the whole Westerner versus Korean thing, and it just goes on and on. People griping and complaining about the Koreans all the time. You just have to learn to live your own life, do what you think is best for you, and don't worry about what other people are doing. Now, something that a lot of Westerners like to do is complain about the attitudes of the girls and how they're liars and cheats and so on. But I would say, what do you expect? You're in a bar environment. You got your girl from a bar, and you expect her to be something that she's not. That's not going to work. That is why, I'm visiting the Philippines right now, but I'm not in Angeles City. I'm in Cebu City. But if you're going to try and make it work out, you're going to have to have hobbies and things to do outside of just drinking in a bar and complaining about how life is in the Philippines, which is what a lot of expats like to do. For a lot of the short-term visitors, they tend to just live their life in like just 2 or 3 streets, and that's it. Just visiting the same 2 or 3 streets and just stay in this tiny area, right? And so that's not a good thing. Now, I just did a video on Indians in Pattaya, and there's a lot of gripes about the Indians. So I will say a positive attribute of Angeles City, for those who do not like Indians, is that there are no Indians here. But you do have a lot of men from South Korea, and you got all these Westerners complaining about the South Koreans in the same way they complain about the Indians in Pattaya. As far as I'm concerned, the South Koreans, they don't bother me, and I don't bother them, and it's all good. So I would say if you want to have a productive retirement where you're not going to get bored, don't retire in Angeles City in the Philippines. But you can come visit, and you'll have a good time.